All right, we're back. Are we so Barack? Are we so Hussein? Are we so Obama? I guess I had a random encoder error happen. I didn't notice that it happened for like probably like 5-10 minutes. That's cool. That's epic. That's pretty. That's pretty sick. It's pretty epic. It's pretty sick. But we're back. Very cool. Man, I was just like randomly yapping here in my room for like no reason. There's no chat. That was a little awkward. But I guess my the video game just decided to make everything go very stupid. So that's pretty epic. Very epic. Very cool. Indeed. Okay, so all that's pretty much left to do... You need to get that coal. Then... That's it. Get the coal, hook everything up, and then just flip it all on. That's pretty much all that's left. We need some kind of a fuel source. Bring coal to start up the steel, and then we get the whole shebang shabong going. We put in a bunch of tractors. The tractors will start carrying out stuff, and then it just becomes merely a matter of adding additional blocks whenever the need arises, basically. Because the system is very, very modular. Then we need to rebuild the space elevator and get a bunch of other shit working. And that's that. And that's that. Then we proceed through the phases. There's a couple of other things we'll have to add, but that's a figure it out problem. Let's just at least get the brass tacks moving along. We'll just have to make, I think, separate facilities for the bringing in of sulfur, and also the the bringing of sulfur. It's not exactly correct, but for a bunch of other stuff. We make crystal products already in a particular location, so we'll just bring those in. Oh, man. You know what I do find very, very funny about the like people online? The fact that they're all saying like, guys, clearly you very much so like Hassan saying that millions upon millions of people starved under Mao Zedong. Clearly, you're a fan of that, and as a byproduct of that, I'm just going to operate under the assumption that because you're defending Hassan, that means you like the famines under Mao. It's like, no, dumbass. Like, that's really stupid if that's how you think. It's like, yeah, man, I think famine is a good thing because I think, like, associating with destiny is a bad thing. Like, okay. What's the logical fucking through line there? Like, for all these, like, wannabe logic bros in DGG and Destiny's fucking community, you ask for them to display like just an ounce of logic in terms of any of their thinking, in terms of any topic whatsoever, and they wholeheartedly just fail at that like very miserably. It's extremely funny to me. What's up, U235? And if it involves saying like, Daho, you're overthinking it, we're talking about Destiny here, it's just like, okay. Boy Meets Minis on Satisfactory. Well. Why am I not surprised? At any point in time, he can copy me. He just will copy me. Ugh. He is my greatest admirer. Holy shit. That's funny. Boy Meets Mini would start playing Satisfactory when I'm playing Satisfactory now, would he? He can't even finish his damn Factorio save. Vanilla Factorio save. And then he immediately goes to Satisfactory. SMH my fucking head, dude. That's a massive SMH my fucking head, bro. Actually true and real. He's LARPing. He wants to be me. I don't know how to feel about this. Like, normally you're supposed to, like, feel flattered in that particular instance, but I don't feel that. I don't feel such flattery. I don't. I feel nothing. I feel the emptiness, the nothingness. Daho, you're being edgy for no reason. Nuclear bombs, huh? Legalize nuclear bombs. Just like the capitalists must crush their competition before they even have a chance. That's true, U235. Which means I need to basically invade Boy Meets Mini's game somehow and essentially just keep disassembling all of his machines over and over again. Genius. Oh my god, you're actually cooking. I'll do it with my grappling hook, which is one of the mods that he's probably not playing with. I don't think Boy Meets Mini has the grappling hook mod on. It's a great mod, by the way. I am certainly enjoying my usage of the grappling hook, I must say. I'm always 2 steps ahead. I am. This is true. This is real and true. So real, so true. Okay, so if I were to just build a straightaway all the way over there, would I clip into the fucking rock formation there? That's ultimately the question, because otherwise I'd have to do like, I'd have to make like an intersection here, and then I'd have to make like some weird fuck shit to start going to over that way with like intersections, because the 90 degree, it's not like a generalized 90 degree. I mean, I can make it work. It's kind of annoying. I'm gonna make it work. I think I just have to do it like this, I think. Um. Man, this is just so awkward. Well, this ran of bullshit in the way. I don't know about this one. Yes, yes, we're so Barack. Ehud Barack. Am I right, fellas? That's my favorite Israeli prime minister, Pepe. Don't you also love Ehud Barak? U235. Ugh. How about we just do something else, actually, entirely? Bite a bit of a bullet. I need to go up north anyways, so... why don't we just keep doing that instead? Using that space over there for a differing facility. Yeah, fuck it. Just do that, I think. If I need to expand, I'll figure it out. And if I have to rip up a bunch of stuff, I rip up a bunch of stuff. It is what it is. Even though it's very, very annoying. God, I really got all the, like, I really got all the DGG simps, like, really, really mad. Man, they are, very, very mad. And this jabroni here thinks he's, like, serious or something. People are sure gonna take this very seriously now. By chill adults, you mean a collection of extreme weirdos. Or bad at debate and deal with high school drama constantly. Okay, bro. Okay, little bro. Uh, they'll try, but they will miserably fail. I can't believe that Daho would kick the DGG nest yet again. Grr. How dare he do such a thing? Oh, well, you know. It's the only correct thing to do, to be honest. One should constantly kick the fucking DGG nest because fuck these motherfuckers. They only exist to make everything worse. I have no more concrete. God damn it. One must treat an extremely unserious collection of weirdos as unseriously as possible. That is the correct take at all fucking times. And that is to treat DGG as unseriously as possible and just make fun of them for trying to be like a collection of serious political actors, of which they are not, and they never will be. Intersection. And now we do a bunch of straights until we get to that coal node. I'm out of concrete again. I also appear to probably need more silica and cables. Cool. This is all going as intended. Oh! Too fast. Also, this area that I am also expanding to is not a terrible area for a concrete expansion, because there's water that's pretty close by and a good amount of concrete nodes. Or rather, limestone. I think in that crater alone, there's like, should be 3? It's either 3 or 2. There's some other shit down there. What was the other shit that's down there? What is this? What is that blue shit? Doho, it's a part of a mod that you probably have installed. Thank you. Oh, a lot of stuff in this fucking goddamn hole. The fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Why were there a bunch of explosions? That's new. You know, I would be able to try to investigate further. I would love to be able to investigate further if I wasn't lagging right now. Unfortunately, the game is just like, you know what? Clearly, it's time for a bit of a lag fest. It's just like, well, that's cool. I love that for me. That's fantastic. Daho, you were supposed to turn down the graphics. I did. Didn't do shit. I just wanted to see what this shit was. Oh, it's fucking thorium again. Never mind. We're leaving. I thought it was something else. I see radiation level, not thorium. Alright, dude. Oh, there's 2 mines over there. That's interesting. 2 nodes. It's like, okay, dude, I'm fucking leaving then. See ya. Doofus. Fuck you. Can we, there we go. I do love it when my inputs do be getting eaten. I have to figure out what to fucking do to optimize all this shit because, God, this is fucking annoying. Plus, I didn't grab extra rotors. Oh, God. Jesus, the lighting there. Fucking flashbang all of a sudden. Jesus. Suck. Oh, I love getting on into spats online. It's my favorite thing to do. Yeah, Destiny and his fucking Orbit are not very good at debate. They constantly lie and engage in logical fallacy all the fucking time. They suck at debate. But whatever. Do DGG cultists recognize that? No. fuck is this shit? Oh. Ay, 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 dude. More than likely to be bad faith with him. Dude, I love all my fucking inputs getting constantly dropped because this fucking lag. Okay. Thanks for deleting all of that, you stupid bitch. Well, it even shows what you could return. It would redeem on Blurb. That's pretty interesting. Oh hey, I got the kilotonics like on one of my fucking on one of my fucking tweets. Let's go. We take those. Oh, actually on 2 of my tweets. Haha.
Pepe, why are you gay?
Who says I am gay? You are gay. Why are you gay? Who says I am gay? You are gay. You are gay. But yeah, I'm gonna have to fucking look up and see how to better optimize this fucking goddamn game. But I guess I'm I'm now the main DGG villain. I don't know if that's like if I should consider that like an honor or something, or like a blessing in disguise. Because I don't really care. I don't like these people. They are utterly contemptible. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, this shit's starting to get worse. I'm gonna have to figure out something in order to fix this problem. Because this is not sustainable. Just put the road down. Thank you. And give me the... I need the truck station. Yes, I know you're very sad that you don't have any power. Oh, so Popo Toto. Why is the frame rate dropping? It's only on the game, by the way. It could either be something to do with the mods, or something to do with how much of an unoptimized piece of shit Unreal Engine 5 is. I mean, it was so bad it made the stream die. I had an encoder error. Let me double check to see if there is driver update. That could potentially help. Because if I just click exit the desktop here, like so, we're back to normal. Ta-da. Done. As if nothing happened, right? No problems. It's the game. The game is like a highly unoptimized piece of shit, basically. Okay. Let us check to see if there are driver updates and see if that works. Because when in doubt, check the drivers. Oh, would you look at that? Yes, there are driver updates. Perhaps that is the issue. All right. I love doing fixes on the fly. I love using my IT knowledge, my big brain to fix stuff. Encoder fail. That is normal. For the encoder to fail when you're doing a graphics update. That is normal. Alright. Drivers updated. Very cool, very good. Now, let's see if that has fixed our problems or not. Time to take a look-see. Oh, well, those things popped up pretty much instantaneously. I'm already detecting some improvements. Might have just been non-updated drivers that was causing the problem. That's what I'm thinking. That's fine. But
they're stealing money. They're taking money out of my...
shut up. Wait, did David Pakman really defend all of the... Wow, David Pakman really defended all of the little DGG sycophantic fucking weirdos. That's hilarious to me. I'm gonna say again, Darius IRL, who is a DGG orbiter, has broken restraining orders that his ex fucking brought on him. Like, that dude's a piece of shit. But, you know, has no problem associating with Destiny. We're back. But yeah, that's cool. It's a smart person to be defending there, David Pakman. Very intelligent of you to do that. Jesus. Chat, are the liberals all just cooked? Are they just wallahi cooked, bros? Because that's the sense that I'm mostly getting from these quote-unquote people. That they're just... their brains are just absolutely fucking mush, dude. Like, Jesus. That's the load, that's the unload. And that's that. And that's also chat working. Lovely. Oy. You know, I say the things that I say, and now we're already having some fucking... I look into the direction of the factory, and it fucking lags a little bit. Jesus. Jesus. industrial storage. We'll get the mine going. You know, I already have, like, the title in my mind for when we do the David Pakman segment. David Pakman defends a danger to society. Does he just hate liberalism? Question mark. It's perfect. It's so easy. It's so simple. To make all of the biggest collection of the most annoying freaks as mad as possible about all of this. As one should, by the way. DGG is evil. I have no qualms with just, you know, just saying that. Because they are evil. Period, end of story. I'll fill in the rest of this later. For now, I just want to get this working. Lovely. Coal pickup, replace differing fuel. We don't want that. Cool. That is that done. Oh, this is gonna fucking fling me the fuck out. Well, I don't know if this has exactly worked, but, you know, perhaps I will just operate under the placebo that, yes, it has actually worked, and I fixed everything. You know, give myself some kind of victory. What was that? Was that Boy Meets Mini? Nope, that was U235. Man, that's a lot of putty spam. Much putty spam. Very cool. Boy Meets Mini is still unsatisfactory. That's illegal. We all know this. We all know that the actions, behaviors of Boy Meets Mini is illegal. Anyone can join his satisfactory server if you ask. Okay, so what you're telling me is that I should join Boy Meets Mini's satisfactory run and just grief. Is that what you're telling me? Personally, I'm not a griefer. Why would you say that? That's kind of rude, U235. That's fucked up. I can't believe that you would suggest to me to grief his server. That's fucked up. This is so fucked up. Alexa, play Despacito. Why would U235 be such a mini Bobini McFeeny to Boy Meets Mini? Makes you think, doesn't it? That's how you crush competition, right? Well, to be fair, I am much further ahead in comparison to Boy Meets Mini, and I have been unironically just spending most of the time just building the actual base. Not, I'm going to say it's not like ideal at all what I'm doing here. Not at all. I just prefer to be like, yeah, I'd rather just build out all of this infrastructure now rather than fucking do it later. To be honest, that's my thought process. And I mean, it is almost done. Almost, I say. We'll have to reintegrate a couple of other things after this, but for now, we will be pretty much finito. Get yourself a Hong key. Hong key. What do you mean by that? I'm going to tell you right now, saying that out loud like that sounds like something completely fucking different, U235. I'm not going to lie. Hong key. What do you mean by that? You trying to get me banned on Twitch? U235, what are you doing, huh? Honky. Okay. Yes, I'm aware that it's probably a fucking Chinese car company. Thank you. He's not get they're not getting it. They don't get it. They don't get the joke. They don't get the joke I'm going for. They don't get it. They don't understand the blatant the blatant racism that's happening right at the moment. I'm doing some fucking highfalutin tier critical racist theory, and U235 is just not getting it. It's okay, U235. You'll learn eventually. You will learn eventually about the critical racist theory. I believe in you. I believe. You'll get there eventually, little one. Or how the fuck that dumbass Thanos quote goes, and
I was wrong
Infinity
about
War.
you, Senator. You're not cringe. You're just fucking racist.
Irm. Well, listen, it's okay. It's okay. You don't understand the racism. It's fine. You don't understand the critical racist theory that I'm going with here. It's fine. It's fine. Listen, I know it's hard. It's tough. It's a little highfalutin. Jesus. What the hell's the time right now? 12:30, eh? Well, this tiny little steel facility, you've served your purpose. It's time for you to be torn apart now. Your purpose has been served. It's time for you to go. Bye-bye. British steel right there. Well, what if I were to tell you that this is not British steel? This is actually just Daho steel. Because I made this factory, bitch. What, you think I was going to give any of the credit to the damn Britoids? What are you, fucking cringe? What are you, stupid? Why would I ever give credit to the British for anything? Tui. Pretend spits to, I don't know, get the the term British out of my mouth. British Steel. It's British Steel the way it would have closed down without nationalization. That's true. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nationalization. What are you, fucking commie? What are you, fucking cuck? I'm gonna send you running back to your mommy. I'm hilarious and original. Everyone laugh. Please clap. Jeb Bush. Alright, and you both go, or all of you go. British government nationalized British steel because its Chinese owners were thinking of closing it down. Oh, they were trying to stop China. Oh, that's so good for the British. I love them. They did such a great job there, folks. Stopping the evil Chinese, folks. They're so evil. So bad, folks. Let me tell you, folks, you have to do everything possible to stop China. We must stop China, folks. What Trump doesn't know is Chinese companies are selling cars in the UK. No. Clearly they're not doing that. They're still buying American cars because we make the best cars, folks. Our cars are so good. You'll see soon Kid Starver and a JQ, a J8. The fuck's a JQ? Because his Range Rover broke down. I forgot that Range Rover is British, huh? You know, you forget about that sometimes. Okay, I know what a Range Rover is. We have Range Rovers here in Canada. I just didn't know what this JQ shit was. You're doing a little bit of trolling right now. Okay, I figured it was another Chinese car company. I am surrounded by Boy Meets Mini enthusiasts and, well, viewers. Which means it's nothing but fucking cars with you people. Fucking... Imagine being a fucking carhead. Not... I could never. Imagine being a fucking car simp. What are you, a fucking simp for vehicles? What kind of fucking cringe-ass bullshit is that? Nah, you cringe. You know what, U235? I'm going to take your spaghetti, shove it into a blender, take that blended spaghetti and use it as a dough to make cookies, and force feed you those spaghetti cookies. How about them apples, huh? I will summon Linfield for my defense. The fuck is that? You say that as if I'm supposed to know who that is. Has no idea who it is. Clueless. Lionfield? The fuck is Lionfield? The Italian guys? Oh, yeah, okay, I know exactly who those guys are. Yeah, those guys are funny. They are Italian guys who react to cooking, and it's funny. Because they're just like... Hey, why aren't you doing this in the Italian way? What the fuck? Makes Italian dish, does it in the most fucking low IQ way possible. Questions life. Those guys are funny. Also, you won't summon Lionfield. You're lying. Fuck you. Oh, man. Okay. So I keep yawning a lot. I should probably stop. But we are almost prepared to finally fucking turn this thing on. All I need to do is just fucking fuel logistics. Make some more paths. Do all that shit. Being a car... Wait, better being a car simp than a satisfactory simp? Yeah, I don't know about that one there, buddy. I do not know about that one. I do not know. Alright. Turn that shit on. Okay. I'm gonna grab some water, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then we have to get started with the topics du jour. All the stuff that just like randomly popped up right in front of my face. Oh my god, oh my goodness. I love that for me. Anyway, I'll be right back. Alright. We're back. I must say, David Pakman has quite the clickbait format. This cost them everything. Okay. Sure, man. Alright, let's get started with this fucking shit. Go to this. Exit the game. At the very least, it seems stable now, so that's fine. So I guess continuing on with the Destiny as a stalker slash danger to society saga, in which he attempted to go to the College Democrats of America event in order to harass Hassan Piker. Like I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I don't really give a shit. That's what he was essentially attempting to accomplish. Alongside Darius IRL, who has violated a restraining order that an ex has brought out against him. And alongside his other associated collection of fucking absolute weirdos. To quote-unquote ask him some questions. Like what? I don't know. Why Destiny is a rapist or something. Whatever. Fucking throw some random bullshit at the wall, see what fucking sticks. Yada, yada, yada. But here, David Pakman is also wading into this sort of, I guess, drama, for lack of a better term. Because I have been seeing this make the rounds. Now, for those who may not know, David Pakman is basically just blue MAGA, blue MAGA, blue MAGA. That's really about it. His videos, I used to watch his videos back during the day where he was more of a progressive, and he actually had some like pretty decent political analysis. But now it's just like a demo. It's demo slop is his channel, which I mean it's exploded as sub-growth, and he's been very successful as a byproduct of that. So, whatever. I can't knock the hustle. But it's just, like, in terms of, like, actual content, it's extremely uninteresting to me, and I could, like, give less of a flying fuck about it. But here, David Pakman wading into the correct banning of Destiny from that event that was hosted by the College Democrats of America. Why don't we take a look?
Watch the whole video, listen to the whole segment before you send me hate mail. You know when it starts that way, it's going to be good. Listen, the Democratic Party is showing the early signs of the same disease that destroyed the Republican Party.
That's quite a way to start. Okay, several problems immediately. Like, no, the difference between MAGA and also DSA is first off, it's not really based off of a cult of personality. That's like the immediate fucking difference here. And second off, they're not liars. Like, what is DSA exactly lying about in terms of its charter and its like stated goals in terms of what policy it wants to implement? Donald Trump is a fucking liar. Donald Trump consistently fucking lies. DSA candidates within positions of power have not lied. Like what exactly is this sort of like position that's being outlined here by David Pakman? Again, it's the same demo slop dreck, like blue MAGA fucking dipshittery here from David Pakman, because in reality he's just he gets paid by the fucking Democrats to put out all of his like demo blue MAGA slop. Like, that's what it is in reality.
I've got so many friends on the left texting me and saying, David, we're not going to allow the same thing to happen on the left that Trump did to MAGA. That Trump and MAGA did to Republicans, are we? Republicans, back in 2010, their leaders laughed at the Tea Party. Conspiracy theorists, they're far-right internet trolls, they're not going to do anything. And then the Tea Party...
I'm very interested. So this is the angle that he's going to go with? I mean, people are calling DSA the Democratic Tea Party. But, okay, immediately, there's a big fucking difference here. The Tea Party was astroturfed by a specific subset of fucking billionaires. It didn't really have grassroots sort of organization and backing behind it, unlike DSA, which does have that grassroots behind them, which does have the popular will and represents the popular position of the fucking people, in comparison to that of the Tea Party, who were unironic fucking trolls.
Party took over local organizations, threatened primaries, built their own media universe, and eventually were part of a process that gave us Donald Trump. The left and Democrats can't make this.
That's a little reductive, but it's not exactly inaccurate. There was more to the rise of Donald Trump. Okay. Well, David Pakman's never going to actually say that because, again, demo slop shill. But no, it was the failures of Obama of addressing the '08 recession, bailing out the fucking banks instead of the homeowners, which was probably the main catalyst that actually brought Trump to the forefront. Not the Tea Party. That's nonsense. I mean, the Tea Party probably was like the final push necessary for a Donald Trump to run. Like, okay, yeah, sure. But to essentially say that it was all the Tea Party, that's fucking nonsense. And also, like, what? You want the Republican Party to go back to being, like, normal neocons or something? Like, fuck that. No, I want the Republican Party to be essentially, like, a completely irrelevant political entity. Because they're evil. Yeah, they're evil.
Same mistake. There is a small group of far-left extremists gaining influence inside youth groups and party organizations because they spend all day online organizing and enforcing ideological purity and attacking anyone who disagrees. Now, let me be very clear.
What? That's just a bunch of nonsense. I mean, like, some chapters in DSA do that. Yeah, sure. But all of them? What the fuck are you talking about? What ideological fucking purity does DSA essentially enforce? Like, there are all manners of left-leaning people that participate within DSA. I mean, socialists, tankies, Marxist-Leninists, democratic socialists, all flavor of left-leaning people engage with the process or engage with the DSA because, again, it's just a political organizing organization. Like, that's what it's there for. And no two chapters are alike whatsoever. This is not a group that is homogenous in terms of its ideology in comparison to that of the fucking Tea Party, which, may I remind you again, David, was astroturfed by various fucking billionaire interests. Like, oh, the fucking Kochs. So, nice fucking me. DSA and New York is going to be different from DSA LA. It's going to be different from DSA Maine. It's going to be different from DSA Boston. It's going to be different from DSA Denver. There are so many fucking differences all across every fucking DSA chapter that exists throughout the entirety of the nation. And that's kind of the point. Like, that's how it's supposed to work, David. They're not like this highly, like, I don't know, national organized sort of, well, political organization. They're organized for, well, the local area that they work in. What, you don't know who David Pakman is? Really? This is David Pakman. He's just like Blue MAGA demo slop show. Like, that's it.
Clear. I am not talking about people who want Medicare for all and affordable housing. I want all that stuff. I'm with all that stuff. I'm a social democrat in the style of Northern Europe. Of course I want those things. These are folks.
Yet you're doing like this fucking dumbass bullshit attacking specifically DSA, who also want the exact same stuff as you, David. So like, what's the point of this? Like, okay, bro, nice meme.
Folks who treat political warfare like a full-time job. And when they can't build their own coalition, they attach themselves to popular causes. They take real concerns about healthcare, housing, police misconduct, and use them to sell what is actually an authoritarian worldview.
This is schizophrenic right here. No, this is fucking nonsense. Yeah, man. The DSA are completely taken over by a bunch of Marxist-Leninists. What the fuck are you talking about here, dude? Like, yeah, man, they're what, in the DSA charter, they talk about wanting to, what, abolish the fucking Senate, which is popular, by the way. People don't like the Senate. They talk about wanting to abolish the fucking Supreme Court, which is also popular, by the way, because people don't like the Supreme Court. Like, what are you saying here? Like, this is nonsense. Like, to sell an authoritarian agenda. Like, who's the dictator? Who's the party head of DSA? What, Bernie Sanders? Because that's where it fucking came out of, you dumbass. Like, what are we talking about here? This is, again, pure, like, Blue MAGA, Destiny-esque fucking cope. This is what exactly these fucking talking points are, one-to-one.
Now, there are things in DSA, for example, Democratic Socialists of America, that are good and that I agree with. But there's also some stuff in there that I think doesn't make any sense. I saw their new platform. Promises a country where you have no debt, you pay no rent, no mortgage, You receive publicly funded housing, publicly funded retirement, food, education, energy, medicine, transportation, and
Wait, hold on. Wait, David. I thought you said you liked the Nordic style fucking systems and countries. Well, what happened? Because guess what? They also have those? Public, public housing? Significant reductions in terms of debt? Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Wait, I thought you cared about the Nordic system. Hello? Why are you contradicting yourself right here? This is silly.
it sounds incredible because it is incredible. How would they create it? Government ownership of the largest corporations and of entire industries, universal rent control, abolishing police and prisons, and abolishing the Senate and replacing our political system. Some of these ideas are reasonable to a degree. For example, I support universal health care, and I've talked about 4 or 5 ways that we could get to it. I want affordable housing, and I've done a dozen interviews with housing experts on what would and wouldn't work to get us there. I support progressive tax.
Yeah, specifically, you did interviews with fucking Abunda types, which are not actually interested in fucking bringing affordable housing, but whatever.
Taxation. We need to collect more taxes from the very rich. Voting rights have been hurt in this country. We need police reform. So there's elements of this that are great, and any social democrat like me will tell you.
Wait, David, are you unironically thinking that abolish the police is like that? Are you treating that seriously? Are you doing the same thing that conservatives are doing, basically? Okay, abolish the police is essentially the same thing. It's just about a reallocation of fucking funds. That's what it is. Technically speaking, Zoran Mamdani has also abolished the fucking police, aka parts of the departments of police, and reallocated those resources into more housing initiatives. Whoa, shocker, crazy. Okay, bro, it's just nonsense. Yes, the Nordic system is also possible because of the communists. Same with, say, Austria's, I think, Vienna's public housing system. Guess who fucking made that shit? Oh, it was the communists who fucking made that stuff. But I don't know. Does David care about any of that? No.
We got to do that. But you bundle it together, and this fantasy in which capitalism, private industry, and major parts of the government simply disappear, most Americans don't want that. Most Americans understand that there is no way that you could impose that with
66% of Democratic constituents who the DSA is mostly looking to appeal to agree with socialism in comparison to that of capitalism. You might want to check the polling on that one there, David. Now, he's being very weaselly here by saying all of Americans, and technically speaking, yes, he is correct. But it's not very favorable. Most people, especially young people who DSA is mostly looking to appeal to, really do not have a favorable view of fucking capitalism. Not really. Why? Should be fairly obvious. Do you see what's going on with the current economic time that we find ourselves under, David? No one can afford a house. Groceries are hard to afford. Everyone's behind on their car loan payments, their housing payments, all of their fucking bills. No one can afford anything. No one can start a life for themselves. And you're just out here being like, well, how about we just still keep capitalism and just, fix things just right around the edges. I'm totally for Medicare for all and all this stuff, guys. Oh, really? Are you now, Dave? Yeah, totally. I totally fucking believe you, David.
without extraordinary authoritarianism. My one hesitation about confronting this now, and why I went back and forth, is the midterms. Publicly exposing the rot could make moderate voters think the entire Democratic Party has been infected. But I don't think silence is really going to hide it.
Bro, and you think that the current rot of the Democratic Party is much better? People currently hate the construction of the Democratic Party as it is right now. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? The reason why DSA candidates are gaining more prominence and popularity in a lot of these primary races is because no one wants the exact same status quo dogshit Democratic politicians anymore. No one's interested in any of that shit. It's over for neoliberalism. The system that you are simping for right now is done. It's not going to fucking work anymore. It's time for something new. And for whatever reason, you're just actually, no. We're just going to keep doing the exact same stuff. Because, fuck it. We don't give a shit.
Saw a crazy thing from the weekend where there was a college Democrats convention, which I was actually invited to participate in, and I couldn't make it. Hassan Piker was dressed like Mao, and
we're really doing this fucking low IQ fucking criticism, dude. What's it called? It's called this. It's called this a Zhongshan, I think is what it's called. the type of coat that he was wearing? Yeah, you know, in Boy Meets Minnie's book, it's a Nehru jacket. It wasn't a Nehru jacket. Wait, then isn't it Indian then in that particular case? Whatever. Who cares? Yeah, it's a Nehru jacket with large collars, which that's not Chinese garb. It's Indian then in that particular case. Like it again, it's fucking stupid. This is just dumb. This is the same like dumb fucking DGG-esque cope like that all the dumb fucking blue MAGA loser fucking liberals are doing. It's dumb. Like I don't know. Like there is really no other way to just criticize this position besides, wow, this is extremely cringe and really stupid, man.
I guess Destiny tried to show up and he was banned from entering allegedly because the Mao-dressed piker didn't want him there.
That's a lie, by the way. We have no evidence to suggest that there was, because that's what Destiny is saying. Zero evidence that is the case. He has not presented any evidence for that whatsoever. Although apparently there was like some Wick panel of some random jabronis saying that they had proof, and then they didn't present any proof. But okay, whatever, totally. Whatever it takes to satiate the dumb fucking cult of DGGers and simps and sycophants and whatnot. More than likely, the dude was probably banned because the vice president knows of who Destiny is, of the College Democrats of America. They invited Hassan. Hassan went there, did the opening speech. He yapped there, whatever. And then he sees Destiny come in, and he's just like, I know literally who you are, and I know exactly what you're here for. Go away. Like, you're just going to disrupt the event and probably be fucking annoying. So we don't want you here. I think that's pretty fucking reasonable, to be honest.
Republicans are going to put these clips everywhere. Like, people seem crazy when they see this stuff. And they are going to take...
So far, the only people who I've seen put these clips everywhere are quote-unquote Democrats. So, are you sure about that? By the way, every single time the Democrats have tried to, or like the establishment types, like Mallory McCuomo, Andrew Cuomo, and now even Haley Stevens have tried to attack Hassan Piker through some form of like directly or implicitly, or through some vector or whatever. It's not worked. It's actually been a complete disaster. Because in reality, most of the general electorate do not really care about Hassan Piker because he's not really well known amongst the general American populace. Like, this is very silly.
Abolish the police and abolish borders and abolish prisons and play them on a loop for 6 months. If I were an average voter with no knowledge of these online personalities, which most of these people are, most people don't follow this sort of thing. They're busy living their lives and working and doing all this stuff. If I were an average voter with no knowledge of these online personalities, I would find these images and a lot of this stuff very alarming. So as I said...
Well, apparently that's not been the case. A lot of people have just not given a fuck about the fear-mongering. Like, because this is just not true, by the way. It's going to work on Republicans, right? Because Republicans are already, like, brain-broken fucking troglodytes. But for most other people, they're not going to care as much about, like... abolishing prisons and abolishing the police if it's just like, bro, I don't care about any of that stuff. What are you going to do about the affordability crisis? That's what people actually fucking care about, David. So that's what people are mostly going to be focusing on, David. So it's unironically like the same thing with the whole like hyperfixation that the Republicans were trying to do when they were talking about trans people during the 2020 midterms, and it ended up being a complete disaster for them because no one cared about that stuff. Like, who cares about abolish the police or abolishing fucking prisons and all this other fucking shit? Are the candidates going to be running on that in terms of the fucking primaries? No, probably not. So then why the fuck are you hyper-specifically fixating on that? Everyone already knows that Republicans are massive fucking losers and liars. So they're just like, yeah, dude, I don't really give a shit, bro. Like, fuck off.
Last week, and so many of you agreed with me, Democrats must act now and intelligently. The centrist don't really do anything, make very milquetoast fringe suggestions that you don't even really push for. Not working, okay? This other thing of like end everything, it's a sort of destructive accelerationism, that's also not gonna work. So I think that what we need here are no apology.
Moderates? Do we need to be centrists, forehead? Is that what we need to do, David? Because so far that's been very, very effective so far.
Apologetics for dictatorship, no apologetics for authoritarianism, no harassment, no anti-Semitism.
Again, like, where in the DSA charter is them advocating for the dictatorship of the proletariat? I've not seen that anywhere. Like, they talk about like things that are popular. People do not like the Senate. People do not like the fucking Supreme Court. Like, there's just regular populism. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, where amongst all the DSA candidates are they specifically talking about those particular parts of the DSA charter? They don't. Yet they seem to be winning races because of it. Like, okay, dude, nice meme.
No allowing online factions to decide which liberals may enter the room. You know, what would I even have been allowed at that college Democrats thing? They invited me months ago. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't go, so we didn't find out.
What? What is this fucking random fear mongering here? Dude, this is what happens when you take the chorus bucks and you drink the blue MAGA fucking Kool-Aid. Like, your brain to like any reasonable analysis just like immediately turns off. Like, nice meme, dude.
So we just need normal people to participate, join local committees, attend conventions, get involved with state parties, and let's turn the DNC into something that works. Many reasons.
Bad news, David. Nobody fucking wants to do that because the DNC is a failed structure. In fact, the DNC is such a failed fucking structure that they are in reality in debt. They were $3 million in debt. They don't have any fucking donors. Nobody wants to donate to them because everyone just thinks that it's a waste of money. And guess what? It is a waste of money. Democratic candidates raise money well in spite of the DNC or the DCCC. Nobody fucking wants to be associated with the Democratic name. It is a taint. It's over for them. They are just a complete fucking disaster. Nobody fucking likes them. Everyone hates them because it's been made very clear that they are just not interested in getting with the times, and nobody fucking likes them amongst the constituency. It's over for the DNC. And they keep having terrible, terrible leadership who don't understand how fucking politics works. Like, nobody wants the DNC. Fuck that. No one wants the DCCC. Fuck that. Or the DSCC. No one wants any of those fucking losers. So guess what? People want a differing fucking path. And DSA is offering that path.
Reasonable people doing a little can defeat both the centrist do-nothings and the hardcore extremists who would get nothing done.
Okay, your advocacy for incrementalism, which is exactly what you're doing here, David, is what got us to here to begin with. Like I said before, Joe Biden did a lot of stuff that was pretty good while in office. Problem is that it wasn't enough. The American people have made it extremely fucking clear that they want radical fucking change. Very, very fucking radical change. And as a byproduct of what's, going on here, to be quite honest, it's fucking over. Like, no one is interested in the current establishment Democrats. No one wants the fucking DNC. It's over for them. Like, nobody wants this shit anymore. It's done.
Republicans believed they were going to control the extremists. They were like, we got these people under control. The extremists took over the party. Democrats can still prevent that outcome, but we've got to get them to get things under control right now. I've said before, I've never been a Democrat. I don't care about the Democratic Party. Beyond.
Oh, stop the cap. Stop the fucking cap. Yeah, says the dude who gets fucking chorus bucks. Yeah, you're not a fucking Democrat, huh? Yeah, you literally do demo shill slop content and have done that for like the past 3 years. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, little bro? Yeah, but you're not a Democrat. Sure. Didn't David Pakman also do a fucking photo op with Joe Biden? I think. I'm pretty sure you fucking also took photos with Joe Biden, but this motherfucker will say that he's not a Democrat. Yeah, okay, buddy.
Beyond who offers the better candidates, and usually it's Democrats over Republicans. But we've got to make sure that we don't allow that party, if it is the vessel, at least for now, to something better than what Republicans are offering, to be hijacked. This is about let's include, but not allow any extreme faction to take over. And that is what I think makes the most sense. Can it be done reasonably and without self-inflicted damage between now and the midterms? I don't know. I hope so. Thanks for
dog shit fucking analysis from a demo slop shill and fucking David Pacman who accepts a bunch of fucking chorus money. But quick reminder, these are the fucking dumbasses that David Pacman is also defending, the orbit that he's defending. But yes, he effectively made a defense video of people who associate with Destiny in Digital Ground Game, which is also DGG. Using the K in the N word so text to speech won't filter it. Chat says to pretend they're Palestinians, an advocacy group, Hassan's main weakness. Since Destiny says DGG tried to deny their association with the group, here's Destiny, top right, with MuX, top center, and north, left side, on stream tonight. AKA, these are... this is the Wick panel, where they basically, like, bitch mode and fucking complained about, oh, they didn't let us into the convention, meh. And here, would you look at this? Don't tread on me? With North is here, and this guy pretends to be a fucking liberal? I thought, wait, David, this is a little interesting. Bro's got a fucking Gadsden flag used by the Tea Party, and this fucking random DGG orbiter has the Gadsden flag. Well, that's a little interesting. I thought we cared about fighting against Republicans. What happened? What fucking happened? And then we also have the streamer, Darius IRL, has had multiple arrests for violent crimes, including one for breaking a restraining order his ex had against him. But, you know, whatever. It's time to have these guys fucking harass Hassan Piker. Like, shut the fuck up, David. You don't care about any of this stuff. You don't give a shit about what's effective for the fucking goddamn Democratic Party. You don't give a shit about this. You're just a blue MAGA fucking slop weirdo who accepts a bunch of fucking chorus money to do what exactly? Make the fucking demo shill propaganda because the Democrats want their constituents to be the exact same as fucking MAGA. That's what they ultimately want. And that's what you also want as well, because making content for that is extremely fucking easy. Like, buddy, we can take a look through your fucking content catalog, okay? You want to know all that you do? Slop. Look at this fucking slop. Bro uploads more videos a fucking day than I do. You are a demo slop channel. This is what you do. You are no different than the right-wing content creators that you pretend to hate. You are no fucking different than the conservatives that you pretend to fucking criticize. So, again, why have this, like, supposedly high and mighty principled position that you are better than the Republicans, when in reality, you people are literally no fucking different. Literally no fucking different. So, honestly, shut your goofy ass up. Yeah, shut your goofy ass up, David. Because you're just deciding to defend an old system which is fucking dying. For what purpose exactly? Because it currently fucking pays you. That's why you're fucking defending it. Like, bro, you took a fucking image. You took not an image, but a picture with Joe Biden, for fuck's sake. Right around the end of 2020, like 2023, 2024. So, shut your goofy ass up, David. You don't give a shit about, like, I don't know, effective political advocacy, because all you do is make demo slop content for, I don't know, like, little key jingling weirdos that you have around you that are, like, a bunch of blue MAGA fucking losers and weirdos. And in reality, what the people have want has been made very, very clear. They want change, and they want candidates like those from the DSA. Don't think there's really much else to say besides that. Dude, we got our demo slop. Bro, I love my sloppies. I love my sloppies. Sloppies. Yes. I also thought it looks pretty great as well. I do love my Gen 3. I love Gen 3. I love Gen 3. It's very good, folks. All right. The fuck is this? All right. I looked at something and I regret. I regret looking at certain things. Regret. Gonna keep repeating the term regret over and over and over again. Like, I don't know, the Prophet of... like the Covenant during Halo 2. Alright, let's get started with this. Well, as if Ethan could not be taking more and more L's, we have a new fucking development here. But Love, I think that's just always been his name. I don't know if his name is like Fika or whatever. His name is Love. Is the Swedish guy who works as a producer for the H3 podcast. Now has removed the H3 mention from his profiles and his banner and his social media platforms. Very, very interesting. I wonder why this is the case here, where he decided to remove the H3 mention, because there have been a bunch of people within H3's sort of, retinue of people, sure, whatever, collection of people where they started leaving for their own various reasons. Like I said before, if the crew were to leave Ethan behind and start their own show and do their own thing, I do think that it would probably be more successful than that of Ethan Klein, because Ethan, I'll be honest here, is kind of a piece of shit and is a psychotic fucking weirdo. And has only been spiraling more and more and more in terms of the I guess like prominence and popularity that he used to have. I mean, he keeps losing like subscribers over and over and over again. It's not going particularly great for him. And a lot of people really do not like Ethan Klein for a lot of very, 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 very good reasons. But here, H3 podcast producer Love appears to have removed all mentions of H3 podcast from his socials. This comes only days after revealing that Ethan Klein restricts him from eating Taco Bell on stream or collaborating with crewmates on his personal stream. That's I believe there's video clips about it in the comments. We're going to take a look at those. Ethan also recently complained that the crew's personal streams were siphoning potential H3 revenue. Really? Now, why would Ethan say that specifically? Like, wouldn't they be... Hold on. Wouldn't that be basically them streaming outside of podcast hours? That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. So, what is exactly the point of this? Like, could this just be like, okay, I know what it is in reality. It's a purpose for exacting control and essentially having more and more say over what your employees basically get to do. For what reason exactly? I don't know, because like Ethan's like an insecure little fucking weirdo. Sure, because Ethan's like an insecure weirdo. But here, what do we have here? I think this is like Love stream first. Yes, this is Love right here specifically, where he's like streaming on YouTube. What do we got here?
All right, let's go to Taco Bell. I'm gonna order extra lettuce.
Why does he want so much Wait, Love, don't get the lettuce now, bro. No, don't get the poop shit virus. No!
You know that now that I think of it, I might have to be a buzzkill. Cause low-key I guess that's become a H3 thing now. So I shouldn't do it on my stream. The whole Taco Bell. I'm not supposed to, compete with the show. Oh, fuck.
Wait, not supposed to Wait, dude, okay. I don't know what, like, contracts Ethan has these people sign in terms of, like, what, not, like, non-disclosure, non-disparagement, not just non-disparagement, non-compete, that's what it is. Non-compete clauses within like their contract agreements. Does Ethan essentially say that like if you eat anything that's like eaten on stream on your own streams, that's like a violation of that's not how non-compete works, by the way. um Essentially, does Taco Bell have a sponsorship with fucking Ethan? Help, like what? No, the fuck they don't. So guess what, if Love wants to eat Taco Bell on stream when he's not streaming on or not like on the H3 fucking podcast, he can do that if he wants. Wait, does Ethan Klein just have a demented understanding for as to what non-compete is? That's like the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I can't do it, I think. I think I might have to pull the plug on the idea, which is a buzzkill.
It's so weird.
I'm doing like heavy math in my head. I don't think I can. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna play it safe. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's a little bit more locked down nowadays, guys. So.
Why?
Like, we're not supposed to. That's why I can't stream with Tomorrow anymore either, and the other crew.
Wait. Okay, you can't do collabs with anyone within the. Wait, what about collabs with other people? I mean, good luck getting collabs with other people because you're still associated with Ethan Klein. That taint and that stank will essentially be with you for the rest of eternity. I mean, unfortunate there for the current crew, but whatever. Why can't you collab with, like, does Ethan also think that if you collab with people who work with the crew, with the podcast, that's gonna like take away views from the main podcast? It's what? That doesn't make any that doesn't make any sense to me, dude. Like, I just what is the logic? Just what is the fucking logic here?
Unfortunately, I know it's a. It's just rules. I know a lot of people have been asking why I haven't been doing stuff with Tamara, and people are like speculating that we're like not friends, which is a bummer, which is obviously not the case.
That's it. Membership cancelled.
Yeah.
Ethan's getting jealous because H3 is dying. I don't know. I think that Sarah Berry individual over there is, if I could just move my dumbass out of the way. Yeah. The buddy. That's actually the real fucking problem there. Yeah. It's because Ethan Klein's fucking brand is dying. That's the main fucking issue here, and Ethan's like essentially just like pissed off about the fact that his popularity is like tanking. Like, it really is like the reason, pretty much the main reason for as to why like Ethan is just taking all the L's that he's taking right now, especially with like his lawsuits and whatnot, is for one simple reason only. It's because Moist Critical came out with that video and said that, yeah, dude, these lawsuits are pretty bad. Ethan should probably stop them. It's pretty bad. Even though like Charlie's take was not like perfect, and it was not 100% like in line with like the entirety of the story. Just the fact that Charlie just said that the lawsuits are bad and it's a stifling of fucking free speech just caused the fucking nosediving spiral. Like, unironically.
I have people in every stream nowadays like asking why I don't stream with Tamara, and that's why. You know, I don't want people to like think we're not friends because of it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think it was necessarily to say, like, but I think at this point it is important to like explain why that's not happening.
It's very strange.
Yeah. I saw Tamara mention it on her stream too. People.
I believe that was also something that, like, a clip that came out from Tamara much earlier, and then she tried to explain her position to Ethan herself, and then she eventually ended up backing away when it became pretty clear that Ethan was just not getting the position whatsoever.
Over there are also speculating, of course. A lot of people, like people online, are speculating a lot, and it's usually wrong. So that's why.
I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think that, and I could be completely wrong here, but my pet theory here is that Ethan just has like a completely demented and like idiotic interpretation as to what non-compete is. I think that's what it is. I think he just does not know what non-compete is. But this is, I believe, Harley Morrison, I think, from like Epic Mealtime, who also got fucking hired alongside Girl with the Microphone to do the After Dark, I think, series that they have. I mean, it's, you know, the sideshow, whatever. Who really cares? What does Harley have to say?
I'm not allowed to just chat.
Why?
I'm not allowed to just chat.
Why?
Ethan bought the rights to me just chatting.
Wait. Huh? Ethan bought the rights to me just chatting. The fuck? Wait, can you even do that? Okay, you know what? His lawsuits are starting to make way more fucking sense now. Because if he thinks that he can just buy people's right in order to compel speech, I have bad news for you, Ethan. Actually, you cannot do that. Not yet, at least. I mean, given with like Citizens United, maybe in reality, Ethan Klein is a massive fan of Citizens United, because if he thinks that he can just like buy people's like the ability to compel certain speech from certain people, maybe that's why he just basically is just like, oh well, all you can do is basically just game, and that's like literally about it. It's like, that's not how that works, Ethan. You do not have the ability to fully control what someone says on their fucking stream. Like, you can't just, like, unless he bought the stream, Harley's stream or something. Like, I don't understand. Very, very weird here.
They did really.
And here's Tamara, I believe. This is a clip that I think has come out a while ago before, that essentially opened up this whole can of worms, I believe.
Released a video, a gaming video. No, I'm not digging. Okay, right now the crew, we're not. No, I love Nate. We're not allowed to stream with each other right now. That is, and please.
So again, this is an earlier clip from before, where Tamara here was outlining about how people within the H3 crew are just not allowed to talk with one another or like stream with one another, because I'm still failing to understand why this is the case, and the only thing I can really think of is that this is just like Ethan's like ridiculous interpretation for as to what non-compete is. Like, I think that, I really do think that's it. Like, what else could it be? What else?
Please do not clip that. Oh my God, please don't. Please don't. Because I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not.
Why?
Please.
At Nicolator super chatted $20. Ethan said he was gonna refund me all the money I've given to the crew, bro. Installment plans are acceptable, lol. Hello. At Tower Sophpiece super chatted $20. Hi Tamara, do you have any Steam Deck X? I just got one.
Okay, then I think it just proceeds normally. Yeah, and if I do recall correctly, there was a follow-up from that clip of Tamara trying to essentially like talk about this and clarify your position to Ethan, and Ethan was just not receptive to whatever. I think there was a Schleppy video about this. I think Either that or like I think Queeman might have covered it. One of the two. But I'm trying to think like why is this the case? Why can't you say why is your speech being compelled here? It's either like some weird non-compete clause that he has within the contracts that these guys have, or they've essentially Ethan like bought a bunch of their rights on their own streams, their own private streams. That's not how that works. Like, you can't do that. That's ridiculous. That's insane that is the case. But I mean, like, I don't know. Like, everyone was doing like the whole memes about like, oh, Ethan's just like a massive tyrannical boss, and he's kind of like an insane weirdo. And I was just like, I mean, I don't think that's like really an effective criticism. Like, whatever. I don't think it's ultimately productive. I'm starting to turn and say like, wait, maybe he is just a fucking tyrant. Like, because this is fucked up. This is really weird. Like, it just makes me think, like, why is he doing this? Like, why? It's very, very strange.
My concern.
And this is the Ethan clip himself from Uma Palma's sort of like compilation of clips here, where Ethan's essentially talking about the restrictions on personal streams, and I think this is where he's like trying to engage with that overall. Why don't we take a look at this?
Is you guys are still like working on this show, right? Because it seems like you all are kind of like working full time as like streamers. I want to make sure you all know that you have you guys have jobs here.
So let me defend myself.
So he's concerned. Wait. Okay. Wow, this is incredible. No, he's mad about the fact that these guys are trying to build their own brands because he probably thinks that they're going to leave him. That's what it is. Okay, now that's what it is. All that stuff with like non-compete clauses, I mean, that's still entirely possible, but no, that's what it is. He's afraid of the fact that these guys are going to be able to build their own brand because a bunch of people have been saying online that if the H3 crew were to fucking leave him and build their own fucking show, they probably would be very successful. Ethan is afraid of that specifically. He is afraid of that exact outcome. That's what it is. So he's essentially trying to like heavily restrict a lot of the things that the crew themselves can do or say or essentially fucking participate in. It's like particular activities. That's what it is. This is some incredibly petty, insecure bullshit here from Ethan. This is extremely fucking pathetic here, dude. Like, unironically, looked like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, seriously.
I do have the most members.
What are you at?
Around 1,000, yeah.
What are you at?
Around 2,000.
Now you guys realize those are potential memberships to our channel here that you're siphoning off.
How do you know that? Also, how many members does H3 have on his various channels? Like what are you talking about? How do you know that those aren't like podcast fans who are also members of the people on the crew? Like, how do you know that? Like, you don't know. Have you checked through each individual name and cross-referenced? Have you done that specifically? Also, who cares? Why does that fucking matter? And by the way, this is a very, very common thing for a lot of these organizations to do, by the way, is to have their creators, or not like their players or whatever, and like esports organizations to also be creators as well, to create content, because it will overall funnel more people to the main organization, right? It's cross-pollination. That's how it's essentially supposed to work. And if you were to say like have say references to H3 merchandise or like Teddy Fresh or whatever, that's the essential fucking through line there. That's how you can draw in more people into your main organization. That's how it's supposed to fucking work. It's called cross-pollination of communities, Ethan. Like, do you not know how this works? Okay, I think I'm saying this all rhetorically. Ethan probably does know how this works, but I think he's again operating specifically out of fear for his crew essentially getting more popular than he is, and then essentially leaving him in the dust.
Which is why we need to stick together.
Just saying. You know, I'm the one here with territory to defend.
I was like, oh, this is
so
close.
love went there.
Wait, Why are we being so like strangely animalistic about this? Territory to defend? You should be interested in the success of your fucking employees as well. Like, what the fuck is this? This is very, very fucking strange and paternalistic, to be honest, here from Ethan. Like, why is he saying this? This is very, very peculiar.
And then you says, you know what? I'm also going to steal money out of the coffers
Well, I
of my,
asked you,
of
and
my
you said,
business.
I asked you
my
first, and you
boss.
said, yeah, it's cool. So
That's not how any of this works, by the way. Like, again, if there are people that specifically love or AB, because I think AB has been like streaming for a while, they have an audience that they could reach themselves and essentially have that audience funnel into the H3 podcast. Like, that's how that works. And besides, we don't even know 100% for certain if the H3 podcast essentially has, or rather that all of the people within the H3 fucking podcast, rather, don't have the exact same sort of like members or audience capture as, say, the as the podcast themselves. We don't know if that is the case or not, unless again you were to cross-reference like literally every viewer, literally every fucking member. But like, good luck with that. Yeah, like good luck with that. That seems like a lot of fucking effort.
Okay, that's a good defense. That's a decent defense. I think you guys should be streaming for free. Membership should be off.
I have free TTS on Twitch.
Bro, that's fucked up, bro. Membership should be off. Bro, like, is it their fault that they want a fucking parachute from your dying and collapsing brand? I think that's perfectly fucking reasonable, dude. This is incredible. Like, this is very, very insecure here by Ethan.
I think you guys should stream for love of the game. No donations, no TTS, no membership.
Why?
And then see who's really still streaming.
Do it.
I did it for a long time.
Oh, I'm sure you did, Ethan.
I don't remember.
Look it up.
All right, anyway, who cares? Anyway.
Okay, then why would you spend like a minute talking about this then? And why are you still fucking talking about it? What are you so concerned about then? If you don't care. Hello? Okay, dude.
I need to start my own off stream to compete with them. Because now there's all this.
What? But you used to do that, Ethan, but then you just stopped. Like, why? Why did you stop doing that? Because you just got, like, I don't know, rich enough that where you just didn't have to care anymore? That's probably what it is. Yeah, you got rich enough where you didn't have to care anymore.
Now there's all this money. Dude, they're
we did,
stealing
we
money.
did.
They're taking money out of my hands. And I needed to do is start streaming on my off time.
Then it's actually gonna be game over for all of us.
These clowns. If you're sub to them, please at least be sub to this channel also. Otherwise, if I find out that you guys are... And I even heard Love was like, cancel your subscription on H3.
Yeah.
And do it, give it to me.
That's true. And I'm gonna put I'm gonna sneak in my my stream in the descriptions, like here and there.
Oh, you gonna take you to love stream. Yeah.
This is very strange.
You realize it's opened a new window.
Yo, you will go to bed and wake up in Sweden.
Okay, I don't know. This is very strangely, like, this is very strange behavior here from Ethan. It just comes off as incredibly fucking insecure. Dog, like, I mean, I get that you are concerned about the fact that you're a dying brand, but that's like because of your own actions, because of the own fucking positions that you have been adopting and your own sort of like work that you've been doing to yourself. Like, this is very strange. I think it's perfectly reasonable for a bunch of your crew members to essentially be streaming like, you know, anyone else, because they are creators and helping you create their shows. So they have experience, and so they could have like something to impart to the sort of like ecosystem. Like, that's perfectly fucking normal. And again, this happens all the time in esports organizations constantly. If it were the case, for example, where the players themselves couldn't fucking stream, guess what? Like, there would be nowhere near as much success for a lot of these what's the name? The organization as they normally would have. This is genuinely fucking insane to me. Like, why? Why is he like this? Why is he doing this? And the only thing I can think of is it's just insecurity. I think he's just insecure about his fucking position. Like, that's like literally it. Okay, we have the, I don't know, fucking logo there. Very, very cool. But yeah, like, I don't know what else is there to really say besides I think people are going to start leaving Ethan more and more from the crew because of the fact that, I don't know, they just don't want to fucking deal with their incredibly strange, insecure fucking boss who's just, I don't know, trying to exact a heavily controlling stake on the crew members for, like, what purpose exactly? Oh, because his own fucking channel and brand is completely dying because of his own fucking goddamn actions. Like, I don't know how many times this has to be said to you, Ethan. If you were so concerned about your brand and the fact that you're just, like, essentially dying off as a content creator, buddy, you have no one to blame, like, for that besides yourself. Like, that's, like, unironically, you have yourself to only blame for that. So, like, cope and fucking seethe, to be honest. Yeah, like, cope and fucking seethe. It's perfectly normal for a bunch of these you know, people working a part of, like, a content organization to go ahead and make content on their own in order to try to help funnel more people into, well, the main sort of, like, content aggregator, that being Ethan Klein. Like, this is a very normal behavior, and the fact that he's, like, trying to, like, I don't know, destroy that for some reason is incredibly strange to me. I have no idea why this is the case. But yeah, like, I think this is just Ethan being incredibly insecure. Like, that's really about it. Anywho, I don't think there's, like, really much else to say besides cope and seethe, Ethan. Yeah, like, I just, like, cope and fucking seethe, dude. All right. Also, Boy Meets Me, I don't know if I said this, but I think I am almost ready to flip on the base. It is almost prepared. Thank God. All that's left is to build another fuel depot for coal, which sucks, but whatever. We don't have much of another choice. But we can just flip that thing on and whatnot. Oh, I heard from U235. I've heard. I see how it is, Boy Meets Me. I get it. You wanna fucking copy me at all times, bro. I get it. It's crazy. I know. Too many Canadians on the server? No. Okay. That's true. I mean, you are a Canadian yourself, right? Alongside what? U235, I assume, as well? Yeah, okay. Yeah, too many Canadian. I can agree with this. Checks out. Alright. Anywho. Why don't we get started with this fucking bullshit now, then? Alright, so this has been, like, a part of the rumor mill for a bit of a while, and I think, like, Zoran Mamdani also had a recent interview where he was calling Benjamin Netanyahu a war criminal and whatnot, and how if he was on the soil of the United States of America, he would try to arrest him, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're gonna get the actually technical legal arguments out of the way first. Technically speaking, ICC warrants have to be enforced by the federal governments of the nation states, and there's not much a municipal government can do in order to, well, arrest and enforce an ICC warrant. Yeah, sorry. We're going to get the actually technical argument out of the way because, yeah, in reality, can Zoran Mamdani arrest Benjamin Netanyahu while on soil, or on the soil of the United States, or in New York specifically. No, he cannot do that. What he can do is essentially, and that's what I think he's doing in reality here, is signal his support for the International Criminal Court and signal his support for an adherence to international law, which all of you liberals should be, in reality, big fans of. Why? Because there is an ICC warrant out for Benjamin Netanyahu's arrest, and Yoav Gallant, of course, for these people to get arrested. But for whatever reason, for all these fucking weirdos, I don't know, blue MAGA weirdos, and the various conservatives and fascists, they seem to not like that for some reason. Well, we know why the conservatives and fascists don't like that specifically. But as for the liberals, well, it's mostly because in reality, a lot of the Democrats who are Democrats are not actual Democrats and not actual liberals, but are illiberal and could give less of a flying fuck about the actions of a clearly illiberal state like that of, well, like Israel. But I think another purpose of what this is to serve is to show that Zoran Mamdani is willing to not broach, but basically cross a line which no other national politician seemingly has. Well, maybe not no other national. I mean, I'm pretty sure AOC has called Benjamin Netanyahu a war criminal, but he's willing to cross a line which, for whatever reason, no other prominent people in positions of power amongst the National Party and the president themselves is willing to say, and is willing to sort of just be like, this is just a fact, absolutely, it's fucking true, blah 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 blah, and that is, yeah, Benjamin Netanyahu is a criminal, is a war criminal, which everyone else can just kind of look at and just be like, yeah, he is, and it's popular, people agree with it, and it makes sense why Zoran Mamdani would basically say yeah, he is he's just a fucking war criminal. I agree with that. Anyway, what do we have here from Zoran?
Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal.
True.
The architect of a horrific genocide against the Palestinian people.
True.
He is responsible for the killing of more than 73,000 people.
That we know of course.
Of tens of thousands of children, as those who survive undergo amputation without anesthesia.
Mm-hmm.
For the targeting of neonatal hospitals and maternity care centers, denying...
Quick reminder, Israel has been constantly cutting off all supplies from going into Gaza, and has been cutting off not only medical supplies, but also food supplies as well, and supplies necessary for the Gazans to try to rebuild after the apparent ceasefire that's supposed to be in place right now, but the Israelis don't care about that and would prefer to just keep bombing anyways.
Newborns even the chance to live. For the countless people he starved as he blocked food and humanitarian aid from reaching them. For the gunning down of hundreds of aid workers and journalists. And just...
Yeah, that's also the other thing that's been happening throughout all of this as well. Aid workers, journalists have been getting constantly bombed by the Israelis. Again, violation of international law. Should be very, very clear that this is an illiberal state.
Last month, the UN confirmed that Palestinian children continue to be deliberately targeted and killed by Israeli armed forces.
True.
More than 8 months after the so-called ceasefire. The list goes on and on. All as we, as Americans, pay for the bombs that do the killing.
True.
There is a reason the International Criminal Court issued a warrant for his arrest. As human beings, we have spent generations building a shared...
Which the United States did not recognize. Because, of course, they didn't. Despite the fact that if we cared so much about being the bastions of liberal internationalism and progressivism, well, not progressivism, but liberal internationalism, you would recognize the warrant that the ICC has put out specifically for Benjamin Netanyahu, who has done clear and obvious fucking war crimes and crimes against humanity. But is the Trump administration and any of the weirdos and sycophants in power going to do anything about it? No.
Understanding that there are crimes so grave, they offend all of humanity. Anyone, with their eyes, with their heart, with their conscience, should recognize the devastation he has wrought and understand that he belongs before a court of law.
True.
As I've said, I agree with the ICC. that Benjamin Netanyahu should be arrested and tried for his crimes.
True.
As I do for anyone else charged by the ICC.
True.
My administration has reviewed every avenue available under applicable law to determine whether New York City could execute the International Criminal Court's arrest warrant if Benjamin Netanyahu came here. It is clear that we do not have the independent legal authority to enforce this warrant. The federal government, however, does, and I call on them to join the ICC and execute this warrant. And I want to be equally clear. Benjamin.
So yeah, okay, this is basically what his whole plan is. Yeah, it's a fucking call out post, right? Because this, I mean, listen, let's be honest here. This is going to be very, 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 very popular amongst his fucking constituents, and is just going to be very popular in general within New York, because it turns out, yeah, even Jewish New Yorkers living within New York, not a particularly big fan of Benjamin Netanyahu, and that's who he's specifically looking to speak to here. And the calling out of not only, well, the federal government, but also that of, essentially signaling, like, we'll see what we can exactly do. We can't really enforce this warrant because, again, we don't have the power or authority to be able to do that. But hey, federal government, you guys can do this. Despite the fact that there is a clear warrant out for his arrest, you should do this, blah, 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 blah. And this is like him trying to like flex his muscles here a little bit. Obviously, it's not going to amount to anything, but it's a call-out post. Like, that's the point of this.
Netanyahu is not welcome in New York City, nor is any other war criminal at large.
Sure.
While we cannot end the genocide on our own, we can decide whether our silence will become another weapon, and we can examine every tool we have to defend the humanity and dignity of all people.
True.
That is my commitment to you.
Yeah, I mean, that's like it's a solid address there by, Zohran Mamdani there, of course. Like, just, when I say that, these people are the actual liberals and care about, like, the supposed quote-unquote promise of fucking liberalism and not the blue MAGA fucking weirdos and obviously not conservatives, this is what I fucking mean here. Like, this is wholeheartedly, completely in line with liberal internationalist sort of perspectives and positions. Like, it just simply put is. But for whatever reason, that duty has essentially been completely and utterly shirked by not only the United States, but also the rest of the fucking goddamn world for some reason. It's a little interesting. Or, well, honestly, for the most part, Benjamin Netanyahu is trying to do everything possible to make sure that he can't get arrested while flying in his fucking private jet all the way, like in some cockamamie path, to avoid getting to European airspace. That would force him to go down and actually potentially get arrested by signatories onto the International Criminal Court. But Israel, the Israeli ambassador to the UN, in response to this, he decides to just be like, you know what? Fuck you, Zohran Mamdani. We're just going to fucking threaten you. For the fact that there is a very clear and obvious sort of like albatross hanging around the neck of Israel, that not only being the genocide, but also the fact that there's an ICC warrant out for, well, again, not only Benjamin Netanyahu, but also for Yoav Gallant for doing crimes against humanity. But I don't think that Israel cares about that all that much, because this has always been the point.
The person who should be arrested is not our Prime Minister, is you, Mr. Mamdani. So let me make it very clear. Prime Minister Netanyahu will come to New York. He will...
Wait, why should Zohran Mamdani be arrested? For following international law? For wanting to enforce a warrant that has been issued on on Benjamin Netanyahu by the International Criminal Court? Like, what kind of fucking backwards ass logic is this? Again, we're dealing with the Israelis here, so all we have to operate off of is backwards ass logic.
He will stand at this very podium. He will speak for the state of Israel. He will defend the people of Israel. And
Sure,
there is
man.
nothing you can do to stop him.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, what this schizo is saying is technically speaking correct. But he's essentially it's a call-out post that's being done by Zohran Mamdani, right? He's calling out the behaviors of not only the supposed liberal party within America that's supposed to be an adherent to liberal international law. They're not, obviously. They are about as illiberal as Israel is, but whatever. Don't say that to any of the blue MAGA weirdos, because they wouldn't get it all that well. it's been made extremely, extremely fucking goddamn clear that Israel is just going to keep acting with sheer impunity, and they don't really give much of a shit at all in terms of, well, their positions of being able to be adherents to the International Criminal Court. And Zoran Mamdani essentially trying to enforce that is meant to be, again, a call-out post to the rest of the people within power in the United States to be like, hey, you guys should do something because we're supposed to care about this stuff. But for whatever reason, they don't. Anywho, I don't think there's like really much else to say besides, Benjamin Netanyahu should go to The Hague and absolutely face criminal prosecution for the obvious fucking crimes that he has committed while in a position of power. Don't think there's really much else to say besides that. Okay, I'm sleepy. I'm gonna go to bed. There was another thing to talk about, and that's like the Republican response to the wildfires, which has obviously been stupid, but I'll do that tomorrow. Or honestly, not, fuck it. It's not gonna take that long. That's not gonna take that long. Fuck it. Ugh. I just want to get this out of the way. It's not that late. I mean, it's pretty late. I'm a little sleepy. I'm a little sleepy, folks. I do want to get this done with. Anywho, let's get started. Let's just get started then. So, should we really be surprised by this line of behavior by Trump and, of course, also the Republican Party? They're wanting to blame Canada for the wildfire smoke that's going into America, despite the fact that us Canadians have sent firefighters and also water bombers to help, say, the Palisades fire within LA, which was raging across the city back in 2025, like 2024, 2025. No, of course not. Instead of, I don't know, like talking about climate change or any of the sort of like, I don't know, byproducts and consequences of that exactly, of wanting to continue to, I don't know, invest in fucking oil. What are we going to get instead? Let's just fucking, I don't know, quote unquote, just only blame the Canadians for not properly, I don't know, just taking care of the brush within the boreal forests and thus causing a fucking forest fire. Because in a technical sense, Trump is technically correct there in a very, very roundabout way, and he's not exactly accurate about it. But the problem is that, yeah, Dougie, defunded by the firefighting services within Ontario by about 52%. It's not the fault of the federal government. It's the fault of, conservatism and austerity politics, generally speaking, engaged with by conservative fucking policies. That's not a Canada problem. That's an Ontario problem, where as expected, Dougie, that fucking dumbass piece of shit, will just basically do, like, anything possible in order to cut a bunch of funds for what exactly? To give more money to all of his, like, dumbasses in power. What do we have here from the president? Oh, yeah, he also wants to fucking tariff us again by 50% for this shit. It's like, okay, bro, nice meme.
I did, yeah, I did. How did that go? Well, it went good, but I told him, I mean, you got to stop these fires from coming in and, poisoning our air. Our air's been poisoned. I have a good relationship with Mark Carney, but
there's not really much we can fucking do about that. It's not Mark Carney's problem or fault that Doug Ford decided to cut the firefighting services and the ability to be able to, or the services rather, to clean up all the brush and sort of like dead matter that is used to cause a fire. That's not Mark Carney's fault or the federal government's fault per se. That's the fault of Doug Ford.
You know, we got to stop the fires up there. If we can help them, we'll help them. But maybe they should pay us some damages or something, or we should do some tariffs. But it was terrible. I mean, you had businesses closing.
We literally gave these, like, ingrateful ingrates. By the way, this is why Canadians fucking hate you motherfuckers so much, by the way. We literally gave you ingrates, a bunch of water bombers, and our firefighters and personnel, who have died, by the way, fighting American wildfires, but whatever. This motherfucker doesn't care about that. For free. We didn't charge anything for those services whatsoever. But since this guy is a fucking narcissist and is incredibly fucking full of himself, he's just been like, well, you know what? Canada should pay for us for this stuff. They should pay for us.
In particular, Michigan, if you look at Detroit, Michigan, they had to close everything. They had to close car plants and a lot of other things. So I've never remembered this happening. Over the last 4 or 5 years, you saw it starting to take place. I've never remembered it happening before.
What, the massive fucking wildfires or something? Well, yeah, because again, fucking climate change, which your dumbass isn't fucking doing anything about. But are you going to take responsibility for any of your fucking actions? Absolutely the fuck not. Because, again, you're a petty fucking narcissist. And here, this is Trump announcing the fucking tariffs on Canada. I don't know how many times this has to be told to you fucking morons. We do not pay the tariffs. You do. Also, good luck getting fucking fertilizer from us, you stupid moron.
Tariffs. One, are those a response to the wildfires in?
No, that's separate. We're looking.
Tonight, the Canada tariffs. One, are those a response to the wildfires in?
No, that's separate. We're looking at that separately.
And what is there anything Canada
It's only
can do?
response to the way they've treated our farmers and our people. You know, Canada's been.
He still doesn't understand how the fucking tariffing system works under the fucking deal that he himself fucking negotiated. Oh my fucking god. He's so stupid, man. He's so dumb. He's so dumb.
You're very, very tough on us over the years. Oh, for many years, and no other president's done anything about it. I love Canada. I love the people of Canada. Many friends that live in Canada, but their leadership from Trudeau to the current leadership, I mean, in all fairness to them,
Wait, I thought you liked Mark Carney. What happened?
they need us to survive. Without us, there's no way they can survive. So, but they've been very, very tough over a period of the last.
What do we even get in terms of products from the United States of America besides random auto parts for the car plants? Like, we don't fucking need shit from any of you people. Like, I don't know, defense resources, and that's like really about it. That's the only thing that we get out of this relationship. In the meanwhile, like, you're just going to be an ingrate who constantly fucking complains and bitches and fucking moans. It's just incredibly fucking annoying. And of course, in response to all this, Mark Carney is made a quick little statement here saying that, yeah, like, this is really fucking stupid. This is, again, latest in a series of the unilateral U.S. trade actions that began with the U.S. imposing a series of tariffs in direct violation of the USMCA, which, again, Trump doesn't care about that. A free trade agreement between Canada and the United States and Mexico. These tariffs include tariffs on the Canadian auto sector in violation of the USMCA. Canada, as its right, has merely matched these measures. That's true based off the USMCA, but again, Trump doesn't care about that because he just feels slighted. For what reason? Because of a bunch of fucking smoke in a wildfire going to America, because it's just how the winds blew. It's like, okay, bro, like, nice fucking meme. It's just stupid how we're dealing with a petulant fucking child. But here, some additional fucking details on this whole fiasco here by David Dole, and a collection of all the fucking Republicans that are essentially saying, like, we have to fucking sanction Canada for this. We have to blame Canada for this. This is like, that's not how any of this works, but whatever. Republicans are all fucking stupid? Yeah, Republicans are all fucking stupid.
And when I hear politicians like Carney and Ford say that we should help when they could have avoided this problem, it's disgusting. We're going to put sanctions on them.
Donald Trump and his band of Republicans.
Fucking please put sanctions on us. That's going to be just great, dude. It's going to make, like, the president of the United States look even better, bro.
And idiots are blaming and threatening Canada over wildfire smoke that they themselves are also implicated in. So in this video, I'm going to break all of that down, starting with this map of where some of these wildfires are and the smoke coming from them. As you can also see, there are also fires in the U.S., but we can't.
Yeah, there's a bunch of fires. Oh, God, fucking thing. David Dole, Stand on the Thunder. Yeah, there's also fires within the U.S., but are we going to pay attention to that? No.
Let's talk about that. and smoke coming down there. It's also blowing upwards, but again, we can't talk about that. Here is Jamie Henn writing, on the other hand, ExxonMobil is expected to make $16 billion this quarter. I'll share this video from Northern Ontario that I shared in my last video on these wildfires, but worth sharing again because of how insane this is.
Dude, it's okay, guys. Fucking Exxon's gonna get its major profit margins, bros. It's totally okay, bros.
Just wild. I also saw this. Rick Devon sharing this next level dystopian aesthetics unlocked. This is Cedar Point in the middle of the smoke.
Really, that's Northern Ontario.
Very eerie. Looks like it's out of a disaster
It's like a movie, bro.
So, as the Guardian reports, fires are also blazing across the U.S. Oh, how about that? In fact, so far this year, more than 5,740 square miles of the U.S. has burned from wildfires, which is 31% more than the average of the previous 10 years to this date. In northern Minnesota.
Whoa, is there going to be ever any acknowledgement by the United States of America for this specifically? If anything, like us as Canadians, we're probably going to be sending help to the Americans in order to try to help fight these fucking fires once we take care of our own fires. But are we going to get any gratitude from the ingrate fucking president? No.
Minnesota, more than 63,000 acres have burned. There's also wildfires in Oregon, Washington, and Idaho, as smoke from U.S. wildfires drifts north and affects air quality. But I'm not hearing anything here from Canadian politicians trying to threaten or sanction the U.S. over this wildfire smoke, when you could maybe argue there's more of a reason to, compared to Canada, considering who emits more CO2 into the air, but we'll get to that in a bit. As the Hotshot Wake Up post here, Minnesota wildfires continue to burn, with the Bear Trap Fire in BWCA now 34,422 acres, crossing into Ontario, Canada. Here are a couple images of that.
Oh, wow, that's pretty great. Now there's a bunch of U.S. wildfires that are going to be crossing into Canada. But, you know, whatever. Is the president going to ever acknowledge any of this? No, because he's a person who doesn't fucking live in reality. Again, for all the, like, I don't know, like, dumb, annoying-ass motherfuckers, for example, specifically Republicans, of course, for all these, like, stupid dumbasses constantly just being like, oh, yeah, dude, we have to blame Canada for all of our woes. We can't accept responsibility for any of our fucking actions. And these motherfuckers then, like, sit back and relax in their dumbass chairs and wonder why Canadians hate them so much. It's like, this is literally why. It's like, okay, bro, like, stupid. Yeah, there are probably millions of Americans who probably do think this is a setup against America. Because, again, we're dealing with, like, a collection of fucking morons.
Just to give you an idea of that we're all in this together. There's plenty of blame to go around, both Canadian and American politicians. Last thing here before we get to the Republican idiots, a Canadian firefighter was killed in a Colorado helicopter crash while fighting a wildfire.
Of
course. Yes, a Canadian firefighter killed while fighting an American wildfire. Yet I haven't heard much from...
Yeah, they're not going to give a shit. Republicans are not going to give a fuck about that.
These same Republicans eulogizing or commending this man for risking his life to try and stop this fire in the U.S., but you can't expect much from these assholes. Starting with this asshole. Bernie Moreno, U.S. Senator for Ohio, announcing a bill to sanction Canada for wildfire pollution emergency. This man, I'm sure, has dedicated his entire life to fighting the oil and gas industry and ensuring that we take climate change seriously. No, of course not. In fact, he is number 12. Number 12.
Damn. The 12th person. Well, I mean, if we're excluding Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, again, because they're presidential candidates, they're going to have way more. It turns out Bernie Moreno over here is in the top 10 of recipients from, oil and gas fucking interests. I wonder why this guy, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know, giving a bunch of shit to the Canadians about the poor, not only economic, but also like weather conditions that are happening as a byproduct of fucking climate change. Whatever, like, stupid.
Out of 500 plus members of Congress, actually there's shows Trump and Kamala Harris here. So if you remove them, he is number 10 out of 535 members of Congress in terms of how much money he has received from the oil and gas industry for his campaigns.
Yo, epic.
Yeah, here he is trying to blame Canada for wildfires. Incredible stuff. Here is this jackass on Fox News with Laura Ingraham, seemingly not understanding the connection between climate change and the wildfires. We'll get to that point at the end of his clip here.
Let me put this in perspective, Laura. If you took every automobile in America off the road for 1 year, we had no cars, no trucks for an entire year, that's about the amount of pollution that is happening during this 2 or 3 week period of time, and it's being dumped on...
Okay, this is like, God, this is so fucking stupid. Hey, numbnuts, maybe if you weren't doing so much fucking drilling for oil and gas, then this would never fucking happen whatsoever. None of these fires would be as fucking frequent as they are now. But are we going to do that? Are we going to learn any of the fucking lessons necessary to be able to, I don't know, like learn something from this in particular? No, because we're dealing with Republicans.
To primarily the Midwest. And when I hear politicians like Carney and Ford say that we should help when they could have avoided this problem, it's disgusting. We're going to put sanctions on them. That means holding their assets, making certain that they don't have visas. We're going to put tariffs.
Like, okay, like, what is the point of, like, does this fucking schizophrenic believe that we started these wildfires on purpose to just, like, I don't know, puff pass a bunch of smoke onto the United States of America? No, of course we fucking didn't, dumbass. This was caused because of fucking negligence by, fucking Doug Ford in power because he just wants to give a bunch more money to his rich fucking oligarch buddies.
As President Trump talked about it, because we have to make certain that the people who are suffering get compensated. This is an abject, avoidable disaster. And the left, who, by the way, talks about climate change every single day, this is the worst environmental disaster you could ever imagine. Every car in America for a year, pollution in 3 weeks dumped on the Midwest.
Does he not realize he's making the environmental points for the left? Like, he's...
No, he does not recognize this because he's, again, we're dealing with a fucking idiot, man. Like, we're dealing with a fucking propagandist who took hundreds of thousands of dollars from the fossil fuel agencies or industry. So, of course not. Like, again, if he wants this to stop so badly, then maybe he should do something about climate change.
He's seemingly not connecting, actually, climate change to the wildfires because he's trying to act like that is a separate issue from these wildfires. When the wildfire issue that is happening now is because of climate change that the left, as he claims here, has been talking about when you have not. It's insane to me. In fact, all he
like does Bernie Moreno think that, I don't know, someone went into some random location in the boreal forest way up north in Ontario, it just randomly lit a dry piece of foliage on fire and then decided to be like, hey, now the smoke will all go into America. My plan is flawless. And it's just like, okay, bro, like, nice fucking Skyrim avatar you have there, bro.
He has to do is go to NASA's own website. This is his own government's website. And look at what they're saying about wildfires and climate change. Earth's warming climate is amplifying wildland fire activity. They go on to write, scientists studied this data over a 21-year span and found that extreme wildfires have become more frequent, more intense, and larger. Warmer nighttime temperatures are a major contributing factor, allowing fire activity to persist overnight. The data is in, the science is clear. The reason we are seeing more and more wildfires every year and the smoke that comes from them is because of climate change. And
sorry, that's unfortunately too much of a highfalutin concept for Republicans to understand, so it's gonna whoosh over their heads.
The reason for that climate change, largely, of course, is the oil and gas industry. So let's get to the next dipshit. Lisa McLean, another Republican clown. Canada needs to do more to stop this from becoming an annual crisis. Stay alert. Take precautions to stay safe.
Second, I've been in touch with the White House. I've been in touch with Pete Hoekstra, as well as Brooke Rollins. Last year when this happened, I don't know if you remember or not, but we actually sent some of our firefighters and foresters to Canada to try and mitigate the situation up there since they aren't really doing much. I will keep you posted on this, but in the meantime...
We are doing a bunch of stuff. It's not our fault that we don't have as many resources as in comparison to that of the United States of America. But guess what? You know, you guys could help because you guys are also being affected by all this stuff. But are the Republicans going to do that? Nope.
Follow the guidelines and check on your friends and neighbors.
Not doing much, man. It's been so well documented how many Canadian water bombers go to the U.S. to try and stop fires there. The idea that Canada isn't doing much about fires. I mean, you could argue it isn't doing enough. As I've argued, our own politicians have clearly failed us. But this isn't simply a Canadian issue. This is an issue of global importance. This is an issue affecting all politicians of all countries. But in terms of how this is currently affecting us in North America, the U.S. has a lot of blame here. So her bullshit was also corrected by readers on Twitter when she was saying Canada does nothing. Readers added context, saying that Canada actually coordinates active wildfire response at National Preparedness Level 4, providing these active...
Oops. Whoa, you're telling me this fucking dumbass, like, chairwoman of the DNC or whatever the fuck she's a chairman of, just immediately got fucking owned by the community notes because she doesn't understand how wildfire preparedness gets assessed and rated and how it fucking works. Because, again, Republican.
Fires with resource sharing across provinces and territories via the Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Center. Clearly, we are doing things to fight fires. Again, you can argue not enough, but it's the idea that this is all on Canada is a little silly when you understand how climate actually works. But this was somebody who also co-sponsors bills to protect pipelines. So again, handouts to the oil and gas industry. This is her initiative. Meanwhile, blaming everybody else for the impact of climate change.
The classic, of course, of our favorite fucking dumbasses in the Republican Party. Why take responsibility for anything when, guess what? We can just blame others instead.
Here's another jackass, John James of Michigan.
The fuck is this?
Final warning to Canada. Final warning? What is this? Is it a 5-year-old's bedtime? Manage your forest to prevent these fires. American lungs are paying the price for Canadian inaction year after year. Sovereignty comes with responsibility. This is truly incredible. Truly incredible for an American Republican politician to try and talk about responsibility. When the amount of war...
Dude, I mean, considering the fact that these motherfuckers are also talking about sovereignty, when they constantly, they unironically violated the sovereignty of Venezuela by going in there with a bunch of helicopters and military personnel to kidnap their fucking leader. But I don't know, we want to get like a lecture from integrity from these gaggle of dipshits. Sure, man, totally.
And destruction that the U.S. has caused around the world, including yet another forever war in Iran that has impacted us all, is just insane.
Making everything
Yet somehow,
worse.
no, others have to be responsible. We're the responsible ones, exporting our garbage everywhere. Anyways, tangent over. The responsibility to prevent a foreseeable disaster from crossing into other countries' airspace has not been met. Again, I just can't. It's the complete unawareness is striking. David Moscroft sharing this. Oh, hey, look, it's consequences. Which countries have contributed the most to historical CO2 emissions? And of course, it's the U.S.
Bro, God, it's so fucking funny that this is the case. Like, almost, like, 60% more. If I could just move the fucking, the chat box out of the way. Unironically, 60% more than the fucking Chinese. And these motherfuckers love to constantly complain all the time. Well, China's not doing enough. They're not doing anything with their coal-fire plants. Those are all getting constantly replaced by the highly advanced solar panels that the Chinese have fucking developed, man. So, again, take some fucking responsibility, you snooty fucking losers in America. This is why people, broadly speaking, across the world, don't fuck with you little bros anymore. It's because you can't take responsibility for any of your actions. You always expect for whatever action to happen to have a positive outcome at all times. Not to focus on any of the consequences. Damn the consequences, who really gives a shit? Blah, 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 blah. But guess what, bitch? Reality doesn't work like that. Consequences are fucking knocking on your door, and they're asking for some fucking payment.
So, in fact, where's Canada? Down here. Still, we shouldn't be in the list at all. It's not good that we're here, but let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
John James voted to allow drilling in Great Lakes. So again, well, he's talking about it's all Canada's fault. This guy did not see a oil project that he didn't love. The idea of drilling the Great Lakes. You can fuck right off. Another jackass, Jack Bergman. Michigan Republicans say Canada's apologies won't clear Michigan skies. First of all, I don't recall apologizing. But second of all, you're an idiot. So they are demanding immediate action from the Canadian government. Members say Canadian leaders have had years to address...
Which is what exactly we're fucking doing, man. Like, Jesus. It's not Mark Carney's problem that Doug Ford's an idiot who wanted to funnel more money from the firefighters' budget in order to fight forest fires, so then his, like, rich buddies can get fucking additional tax cuts. Again, it's dumb. It's stupid. It's dumb, man.
Address the underlying causes of worsening wildfires. I wonder what these underlying causes are. Do they have something to do with the fact that you have a 0% score on the environment? This is the League of Conservation Voters. He has a 0% 2025 score, a lifetime score of 7. Wow, incredible stuff. This man has had votes as insane as rolling back Clean Air Act protections.
Yo,
you have a literal vote rolling back clean air, yet you have
it's literally like the exact same stuff that Trump vetoed when trying to implement some like simple regulation for the southeastern parts of Colorado with Lauren Boebert's like bipartisan bill to make sure that there's no forever chemicals in the fucking water. But Donald Trump, he loves forever chemicals and making the lives of everyone worse.
Gall to try and blame Canada for wildfire smoke. Fuck you.
True.
So CBC writes here, James, who is running for governor of Michigan, posted excerpt from the letter and added an image saying, Canada, no excuses, stop the smoke. Carney did not address that letter from those Michigan Republicans. Quote, climate change is everyone's responsibility, truly everyone's, including the United States, he said. He contrasted Canada's investments in clean energy with U.S. prohibitions on clean energy, including wind power. Though, you can go watch my videos on Carney, the idea.
Yeah, it's a great fucking point there by David, of course. Like, the U.S. really has no leg to stand on when it comes to any of this stuff because Donald Trump unironically believes in like some schizophrenic conspiracy theories saying that, well, windmills are just killing the whales. They just keep constantly killing the whales and eagles. It's so terrible, folks. It's so awful. And it's just like, nah, dude, it's like totally fine. There's technology for that already like tries to take care of that stuff as best as it can. But again, you just have like this cucked sort of like mind back to nostalgia in the 50s and the 80s, and it was just like it was all coal-fired power plants and fossil fuels back during the days of the Cold War, and that's why he wanted to be like a part of it, like so badly. Like, that's what it is, dude. Yeah, great point there, Boydsmany. Like, Trump also cuts funding to states all the fucking goddamn time to fight forest fires. Part of the reason why we even sent aid to you guys for the Palisades fires to begin with. But then again, Trump and the Republican Party are directed by a bunch of man-children. They have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, that Carney cares about climate change at this point is laughable, even though he had a book called Values that was talked about how important it was. But as Prime Minister, he has done a complete reversal. Just, again, more handouts to the oil and gas industry while pushing the issue of climate change to the back. Last couple things here. Cannot be a video without including Chief Jackass himself, Donald Trump. We are holding Canada responsible for the fact that they are not properly maintaining their forest and brush therein. And AI wrote this one, I can tell you. And the U.S. is being unnecessarily involved.
Dude, this is fucking hilarious. That, again, fucking coat post by the president where he just does not know what he's talking about. Like, yeah, man, fucking hold us responsible. Like, yeah, listen, it's all Canada's fault. I have to blame Canada. I can't take responsibility for anything. Why should I? Because I'm stupid and evil. Dumb. And he doesn't even know how to fucking write sentences because ChatGPT wrote this shit for him.
Involved by filthy, polluted, and unhealthy air, the quality of which is dangerous and totally unacceptable. I will call the Prime Minister during the day to find out what they are going to do about it. Just worth pointing out for a second here.
I don't know, then have a call with fucking Dougie and start talking about why he only wants to get a bunch of money for his, like, real estate buddies and various other private interests that he has. Because that's who he has all the fucking goddamn, like, I don't know, half-naked women from. It's from those quote-unquote business ventures, exactly. But does Trump care about any of that? No.
A lot of the forests that are burning, there's no roads near them. This is not, like, it's not accessible areas to clean brush.
That's a good point as well there by David Dole. Yeah, because boreal forest, don't know if you know that, not a lot of infrastructure up there.
Or whatever the hell. This is why the underlying issue, of course, is climate change. There is a reason why we don't have to deal with this when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I don't remember there being orange skies every single year. I think there was like one or two in the late 80s over the ozone layer. And guess what? We all came together and dealt with that immediately, and we closed a hole in the ozone. Yet now, science is a debate as opposed to being actual fact. So we are stuck in these circular debates over reality when the reality is right in front of us.
And by the way, this was always the intention of the fucking Koch brothers when they gave a bunch of money to Ben Shapiro, Dave Rubin to disseminate all this like dumb fucking conservative propaganda because they make money from oil and they want to make a lot more money from it as well. My guess is the boreal forests don't get logged that much. It depends. Most of the logging of Boydsmany comes from BC specifically, not so much in Ontario.
He goes on to say the cost is incalculable. Canada has refused, again, Trump is not using this. Canada has refused to engage in basic forest management and debris removal, knowing that such refusal will lead to exactly this result. Yes, we refuse.
It's not that we fucking refuse. There's no intention there. Is it our problem? Is the federal government's problem that Doug Ford decided to cut the funding for more effectively managing forest fires? No, you dumbass, but whatever, you don't care about this.
To maintain our forests because we really love to inhale smoke. Do you realize the smoke is also hitting us? Do you understand that the majority of our population is living right here?
Dude, we wanted to puff pass on ourselves first and then do it to the United States. Think about it.
Right here, in and around Toronto. It is hitting us first and the worst. The idea that we didn't maintain it because this is how we're going to get Americans. We're going to stage a 50-year effort to completely ignore the climate crisis so that one day, if there happens to be a massive jackass in the White House named Donald Trump, that we can hurt him and his friends in Congress with our smoke. It's so stupid that it feels like this whole video is just pointless because I shouldn't have to explain any of this. But he goes on to write, this is willful...
No, unfortunately, this has to be constantly explained because Republicans are fucking idiots.
Negligence and becoming a yearly occurrence, costing the U.S. billions of dollars, which cost of this pollution must be of necessity.
Damn, I guess like cutting funding away from blue states that are trying to fight the forest fires and are trying to do the preventative measures that you're like currently obsessed with was not actually a good idea, guys. Turns out.
Be added to the tariffs Canada's currently paying. Thank you for your attention on this matter. Fuck you. Fuck off. Shut the fuck up.
You, bitch.
Last thing here from The Guardian. The U.S. is by far, the world's largest oil and gas producing nation, and has historically emitted more greenhouse gases than any other country, making it a key driver of the climate crisis. And in the last year and a half, Trump has taken a sledgehammer to U.S. climate policy, bolstering the domestic fossil fuel industry.
And again, it's like 50 companies do about like 70+% of the fucking emissions, man. It's just, it's stupid, it's annoying, and I fucking hate it, dude.
While aggressively rolling back environmental protections and regulations in order to expand oil and gas exploration and reviving the coal sector. He has also targeted renewable energy industries, blocking millions of dollars in funding earmarked for clean energy projects and targeted state laws addressing pollution. Now, I will link this full article below the video.
Again, he's a nostalgic cucked fucking weirdo.
Under sources on YouTube. It is just incredible.
It's
the
tiring,
stupidity,
dude.
It is stupidity, but it's also obviously corruption. The amount of oil and gas money that these tools take for the industry is just, it's never ending. And it has led us to this situation where politicians, whether it is Democrats, whether it's Republicans, whether it's conservatives, whether it's liberals, they have all of them have failed us.
Because they fucking hate us. That's why they've all failed us. But yeah, I mean, like, what else is there to really say? Well, the dumb fuck pedophile president is a dumb fuck and he has no idea what he's doing. And is just doing these, like, dumbass tariffs out of, like, spite because of the fact that he himself does not understand how forest fires and how smoke from forest fires seemingly works, or how wind currents work. But whatever, instead of actually addressing the issue, that being, of course, climate change, what would we prefer to do instead? Blame Canada, because Donald Trump can't ever be wrong whatsoever. So, you know, blame Canada for the fact that they, I don't know, plan to have a bunch of forest fires within the boreal forest in order to, I don't know, fan a bunch of fucking smoke over to the United States of America for some fucking reason. But whatever, sure, man, it's our fault for whatever reason, because we're dealing with a fascist man-child who can't take responsibility for any of his fucking actions. Don't think there's really much else to say besides, there's a reason why we Canadians fucking hate you Americans more and more by the fucking day. Because of this orange buffoon and the sycophants that he currently has around him. I need to go to bed. I'm like falling asleep right now. Jesus. I am eepy weepy. Who am I rating out to today? My streamer hates me. This is many such cases. Many such cases where a streamer hates chat. But I'm tired. I'm like literally about to fall asleep. We're rating out to Echoplex. And then I'm gonna hit the hay. Alright. Ray messages. You dorks know what to do, you know what to say. Transstride and say you've been blessed by Romanian Jesus if you are a sub with the Daho Repa. If you're a non-sub, you do the wow with the Daho Repa. That's how we show appreciation to those Nintendo Case gamers. I will be back tomorrow. We'll be continuing to satisfy our fucking goddamn factory, and also continuing with our Dunkings and whatnot, because we will continue to do the Dunkings until morale obviously improves. And you gamers, I will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, same face. Peace out, gamers.